Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with a third-party Transformers review of the Maketoys Striker Manus. This is the first release in Maketoys' new Cross Dimension series, which features new and original designs of our favorite transforming robots. If you couldn't already tell, this figure is an homage to the Autobot commander Optimus Prime. His design pulls from the modern Voyager size class in the Neo-Classics aesthetic, a somewhat modernization of the original G1 concepts. As such, this alt mode takes the form of a flat-nosed truck, with a bit of Cybertronian inspiration thrown into the mix. I generally like the look of it, and there's some neat details to it like the flared-out sides, the clear blue windows, and the aggressively low front end. It's also chock full of surface sculpting, although one might argue that it has too much detail. If I'm honest, this toy looks like it was designed by someone who had only been told about trucks, but never got around to actually seeing one. It almost gives off the appearance of a vehicle that's just about to transform. Don't get me wrong, I like the idea of a wild, futuristic vehicle, and I think this one's cool enough, though I wish that Striker Manus' truck mode had a bit more cohesion and less abstraction to it. The underside of the vehicle reveals a total of 8 wheels which the figure can roll around on, or at least should be able to roll on. The low ride height makes it tough for all 8 wheels to simultaneously connect with whatever surface it's on. On the bright side, it's a solidly put together alt mode and nothing will pop out of place during rough handling. On to transformation, and if you're familiar with Generation 1 Optimus Prime or any other Optimus toy based on that concept, then you've generally got the basic idea down for how the transformation works on Striker Manus. Basically, the truck bed becomes the legs, with the cab forming the upper body. Almost all Optimus toys of this design carry a fiddly moment when trying to separate the arms from the torso, and this figure is no different. In fact, it may be even tougher here due to the very tight gap clearances and the extra locking tabs. From here, there's a couple more steps involved, yet nothing too surprising. Transformation on the whole is, if anything, functional. I wouldn't describe it as bad or poorly thought out, it just isn't interesting. I don't mind it, but it's not something I want to transform for the sake of transforming it. Striker Manus' robot mode is hot, like on fire. It's that perfect hybrid of super robot anime transformer aesthetic that connects deeply with me. He's got a thin torso, massive boots, and bulging arms. He looks like a proper hero with his confident A stance and clean silhouette, and no matter where you look, he virtually has no alt mode kibble. Paint apps are cleanly and evenly applied. I was especially impressed with the yellow highlights. I absolutely love the metallic pistons in the forearms, and I wish that this idea was carried out somewhere else on the figure, like the backs of the legs perhaps. The partially exposed wheels in the torso are a neat look, and the matrix chamber detail in the chest is a nice touch. The stylized head sculpt is very cool too. However, I do wish that the eyes were slightly larger and carried more aggression to them. Overall, I am thoroughly impressed with Striker Manus' robot form. It's been a long time since an original take on Optimus Prime has connected with me as much as this has. For articulation, the head is on a ball socket with plenty of range. There's a waist swivel and a huge torso bend, or roll, depending on how you look at it. There's a swing-out joint for the shoulders, with the arms being on hinged ball sockets. There's a bicep swivel, single-jointed elbow, wrist swivels with 3+1 finger hinges. The hips are on universal joints, there's a thigh cut, double jointed knees, the ankles can both hinge and tilt with the foot providing an extra pivot and toe joint. Articulation is excellent on Striker Manus, yet it isn't achieved through elaborate engineering. Rather, it's done by smartly placed joint systems. Remember that wind vane that was removed from the alt mode during transformation? Well, it actually transforms into Striker Manus' main blaster. There's a guided track on the handle that lines up with the ones in the figure's hand for a secure grip. Now, this idea was clearly pulled from the original 2006 Classics Optimus Prime toy, and I hated it on that figure, and I hate it here too. It doesn't look like a proper gun to me. I would have much rather had a standalone blaster. The toy's other weapons are his axes, which you can simply pull right off his shoulders. They look great with their clear orange blades. You can also connect them, though I'm not sure as to what the combined form is supposed to represent. Too short for a staff, too small for a shield, and too awkward for a sword. Oh well, points for creativity, I guess. The Maketoys cross-dimension Striker Manus is a great toy, easily my favorite Optimus Prime-inspired figure in years. It combines everything I love in a single package, a transforming toy with a focus on articulation and in the anime super robot aesthetic. For sure, I would have liked a cleaner alt mode and a proper firearm. That said, as far as being a toy that I just want to pick up and play with, Striker Manus delivers. And when I'm not posing or fiddling with him, he's just awesome to look at. So yeah, I think Maketoys Striker Manus is fantastic, and that's great. But I suppose the real question is, who's it for? The unofficial third-party scene is highly competitive and currently dominated by Transformers Masterpiece stand-ins and on the off occasion comic book characters, yet Striker Manus doesn't fit into either of those categories. Again, this toy harkens back to the times of the Neoclassics trend, which is all but gone at this point. Furthermore, it's an original design that has no real connection to anything, and I wouldn't blame you for skipping past it for that reason alone. In many ways, Maketoys Striker Manus is for the Transformers fan who doesn't value the series fiction all that much and would rather just have a very cool toy. But that's all for me. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next Cross Dimension.